Central Illinois is the CI in CI Living.
All right, the heat is on.
It sure is. How hot will it remain and for how long? Let's ask your meteorologist, Jacob Dickey. Jacob, I think that I'm tired of my hair growing every minute, but also sweating nonstop the past 3 days.
Well, summer is just getting started.
Oh, no.
Okay, and then I swear I heard you say last night on the news, it's only going to get hotter next week.
I do think that the way the pattern looks next week, the temperature will be higher than it is this week.
What about humidity?
Humidity. Now, the humidity does look to be a little bit lower. Oftentimes, when we talk about heat, if we have drier air, it heats up a little quicker. But if we have more humid air, like Monday, it was very sticky out there. Temperatures weren't all that high. They were in the low 90s, but those dew points were in the low 80s. When we see that balance, they were kind of, is it a humid heat or is it a drier heat? Next week, maybe a little more of a drier heat, but still, if you have enough moisture, your heat index values are still going to be, up there in the triple digits. And at some point, too, it's just too hot.
It is. It's
Monday was that day for me. Monday was too hot.
Humidity really got us.
Oh my gosh,
there.
it was so sticky.
Imagine if we had sunshine on Monday. That's the other thing, too. It would have been ultra bad.
But I even hate complaining about the heat because we were cold for so long.
And rainy.
You tell me that. I see some repeat offenders on the Facebook. They're like, it's too hot out there. I'm like, well, 2 months ago, you just told me it was too cold.
I know.
What can we do, right?
I know.
We can never make anyone happy.
Well, no, but we can try. So, okay, do you got a clicker?
I do,
Are we
yeah, I
doing
got some
something?
graphics. First of all, big announcement. You may not have heard it, but we announced it last night.
What?
Congratulations, Willett Airport. They had 100 yesterday at the airport for the first time since 2012.
What?
They were actually the only site to hit 100. The official site for Urbana-Champaign that we use is at the Illinois State Water Survey. They only got to 98, just shy, but the airport, because we all go to the airport for the weather.
Yes.
Yeah. No, we don't. Right. That's why we use the Urbana site. It's actually in town. Sometimes, you have a little more rural area. It can kind of vary a little bit. That was a list of the last time many of our cities hit 100. For most of them, 2012 there. Effingham did hit it briefly in 2017. The other thing, too, is that for Champaign-Urbana, at the Illinois State Water Survey, in the month of June, they've only hit 100 degrees 14 times. And that holds because they didn't hit it yesterday. But I think we could very well see that be next week since we're having drier air. That can help heat things up just a little bit more here. So that's something we got to factor. And it's never just a hot day, a sunny day. As a meteorologist, we're always looking at like something's going on up there. And so, we're identifying all of these different layers of the atmosphere and things of that.
I always think that too.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
I don't.
It's like
I'm hot.
It's like that meme you see where the equations are just rolling through in your life. That's what we're doing. We can never just enjoy a sunny day. It's like, well, at this level, this is happening, and this is going on here. So it keeps us on our toes.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, well, I think,
ooh,
is this?
Yeah, this is also just new. The excessive heat warning for some of us has been extended through Thursday. Others, it's now going to be a heat advisory after tonight for Thursday as well. So we're kind of slowly dragging it on. But there's actually a cold front that's coming tomorrow. Now, we say cold, it's still going to be the upper 80s and low 90s out there. Those dew point values that you see, they've been coming down a little bit. They've been trying. I think that's where we're going to see the big difference heading into the weekend. It won't be nearly as humid out there. In fact, we're in the upper 80s, low 90s for Saturday, Sunday, but dew point values in the 50s.
Okay, let's back up really quickly and give a little lesson.
Sure.
What is a dew point?
A dew point is an absolute measure of moisture in the air. Relative humidity is another factor for measuring that, but that's relative to the temperature. So we like to use the dew point because it's kind of like a standard. It's like a standardized test.
Now, if I recall correctly, the temperature is not supposed to go above the dew point?
Below the dew point.
Below.
Yeah, so your dew point will be the floor because, if we're at 80 and 79, well, if I hit 79, my relative humidity then is 100%. And I can't be, in most cases, I can't be above 100%.
So we aren't expecting to get below 65?
Well,
according to that graphic.
Well, yes, so that's the current dew point. Of course, the dew point values will change. Let me back up. They'll change a little bit. What we're actually seeing out there today is we're seeing the lowest layer of the atmosphere mixing a little bit. And so the amount of moisture at the surface layer here, think of it like cake. We like cake, right?
Oh, we love cake.
So that bottom layer of the cake is the layer of air closest to the surface. Well, that layer, because we've got such a strong wind out there, is actually expanding a little bit, but the amount of moisture is staying the same. So our dew points are actually coming down a little bit. And that happened yesterday, too, where we were mixing that moist air up a little bit. Then we saw the dew points last night go back into the 70s. And so we'll see that probably happen again. But by the time we get to, Thursday night, Friday night, those dew points I think will be starting to climb down, or they'll go down to the 50s, which that's where you want to be.
Well, we have a very important question for you that we have to get to.
Oh boy.
Which is your top pick appliance?
My top
Okay.
Appliance.
Your favorite appliance.
Your favorite appliance.
Appliance. I use the air fryer a lot now.
Okay.
You know, surprisingly, it's not the crock pot.
However,
I
you
was
do
gonna say.
make some mean crock pot dishes.
I do. You know, something else I've been really getting to now is smoothies.
Same
I'm so into smoothies.
My wife
morning.
has a Ninja blender, and I could have married her just for that because
Oh
I
my
use
gosh.
that so much.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's the
Smoothies,
best thing ever.
And in this heat, too, what better way to cool down?
I know her grandma is probably watching. He didn't
probably
really mean that.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Abby.
he was just saying that.
Okay. Okay, Jacob. We can't wait to cook with you again in the future.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We got
Okay.
maybe a week or so.
Let's do it. There's
Okay.
all the ways you can connect with Jacob. Maybe you have a question for him, and he can fill in again and answer some of those weather-related
Yeah, you need a whiteboard. You're pretty good at that.